Ducati's new for 2013 Hyperstrada wheelies, slides the rear wheel, jumps curbs, is nimble and flickable, and a hoot in urban environments. Characteristics, according to Ducati, distance riders look for when considering a new model to go touring, Italian style. Joining the Multi and Diavel, the Hyper brings Ducati's current number of Strada models to 3. But whereas the Multi-Strada, from creature comforts to carrying capacity, is a true sport tourer laden with superbike performance, and the Diavel Strada its performance cruiser tourer counterpart, the Hyperstrada is a thinly disguised supermotard with no serious touring convictions. When compared directly to its hypermotard stablemate, the Hyperstrada differs by way of a taller windshield, 20 mm taller handlebars, a wider seat with thicker foam, 50-liter semi-rigid saddlebags, a center stand, a passenger grab handle, larger front and rear mudguards, a bash plate and two 120V outlets. Most of these items are available as accessories to the standard hypermotard, but the cost of accumulating all the individual pieces, plus installation, will assuredly run more than the $1,300 MSRP difference between the two bikes. Individually the accessories may serve the purpose of riders desiring a particular result, but as a package they do little to transform this motorcycle from motor to tourer. The Hyperstrada was one of my most anticipated bikes of 2013, as I expected it to be a multi-strada light of sorts, says Chief Tard, Kevin Duke. However, the Hyper falls short of that lofty goal due to its confining seat and non-adjustable windscreen. The seat to which Duke is referring is a nicely contoured, form-fitting mount comfortable for short distances and keeps your arse in place during wheelies but allows no fore/aft movement, thus locking the rider into a single position. That position is dirt bike style, perched close to the motorcycle's front end, and one we grew tired of after an hour in the saddle on the freeway with no corners in sight. On the bright side, the proximity to the Hyperstrada's non-adjustable windscreen equates to better wind deflection than expected from the small, clear plastic piece. Long freeway rides at 80 miles per hour require nothing more than a light grip on the handlebars as the majority of wind blast is diverted away from the rider. At 32.7 inches, even the low version of the Hyperstrada, shorter suspension, is imposingly tall for some riders. An accessory low saddle further reduces seat height to 31.9 inches, but then you're losing the extra padding of the touring seat. Another gripe is that the Hyperstrada's footpegs are located just enough in the way of the side stand that it is nearly impossible for 5'6" me to get the stand down with any dexterity, says guest tester, Scott Rousseau. One thing we all agreed elevated the Hyperstrada to superstar motoridism is its new 821 cubic centimeters Testastrada 11 degrees V-twin. Now with more than 18,000 miles between major service intervals, the new liquid-cooled, 4-valve per-cylinder motor also features independent throttle bodies for each cylinder and RBW throttle operation. Ducati's handling prowess is downright impressive, but there is a trade-off to be endured, says Rousseau. I think it may be a bit of stretch to call the Hyperstrada twitchy, but it's definitely nervous in a straight line, especially at freeway speeds over rippled pavement. We love the Hypermotard as the hooligan bike it's meant to be, and the Hyperstrada expands the Tard's mission capabilities to include light touring and storage-equipped commuting. However, it falls short on delivering the sport touring qualities of its multi-strada big brother. It excels as a sporty bike around town and in the canyons and is acceptable for a day on the road, but it's not really a mini multi-touring rig.